another episode of Success After Lockdown. Yes, we're in the building, Exodus Productions. We're in the studio. Everybody know who I am. Anthony, BX, host over here. Eric Benson, BX. Today, man, we got special guest today. We got the young brother, Eastwood Slim.
They thought the BX would throw the S out.
Okay, from Syracuse. And then over here, to the right, have my boy Slick. Two-time. From Broward County, Florida, up in New York representing. Exodus Production Studio Music. These two young brothers are up and coming, man. And their music careers and just doing what they doing, man. And making a wave out here, man. And just following their dream. Eastwood, introduce yourself, man. Let everybody know where you from, what it is that you do, and how you represent, my brother.
Alright, Eastwood Slim out of Syracuse. Signed to Exodus Production. Big XO. We also got Pop Coast. Shout out to Sav the Dawn. Shout out to the whole Long Island. Also, heavy on the Long Island vibes. Hempstead, Terrace Avenue. That's the gang too.
Okay.
We out here, man. We doing things. We moving around. Just came back from Vegas. Shot a couple videos out there.
Okay.
Got the single out, Disrespect. Bigger than that. Shout out to Rock Rilla.
Rock Rilla. He was supposed to be here today. Had a basketball tournament.
Yeah. See, the thing, I'm not too heavy. I'm not super heavy. I'm heavy on the production. You know what I'm saying? I'm not heavy on the other side. That's the whole other side. Rock is heavy on that side.
No question.
That's Rock. That's his, rock and flow.
Right.
What I want to do is just take you back, man. I want you to talk to us about your youth, man. Like how Syracuse and the blocks of Syracuse, how you grew up. You grew up in a 2-parent home, 1-parent home. Like, what was it like? So talk to me a little bit.
1-parent home. My mother, shout out to Victoria.
Shout out to Victoria.
Shout out.
I grew up good, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like to say poor, because I feel like it's a discredit to my mom, but we ain't have it, but we felt like we had it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I was talking to my brother.
Sure she provided.
Yeah, I was talking to my brother about that today. Like, one point, my mom was on comp and wasn't getting no type of food stamps or nothing. So that's zero income. With a comp case, so that's zero income.
Yeah, no
question. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never feel that. So I grew up fine. I grew up with class. You know what I'm saying? I got my dirt from getting my own dirt, and you already know being in prison for a long time.
You got your GED out in the streets or the high school diploma?
I got my GED as soon as I dropped out. I was smart. School was boring, but
Yeah, that's how it is for us, man.
I had to learn the hard way. I got my braces taken off in jail, man. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn the hard way real quick.
Alright. Any kids?
Shout out to little Eastwood.
Little Eastwood.
Got another one on the way though.
Okay, how old is it?
That ain't 2 months.
Okay, congratulations. I'm saying, what was the life, the drug life? You was in that life? You was in the streets? What?
Before I came to jail, lightly. I mean, as a youth, lightly. It was mixed. Football, a little bit of that, and then you get more into the streets. But I wasn't like AZ or Rich Porter. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't 17 driving a drop top. I was just playing around.
You know about some AZ or Rich Porter.
I like that though. You know what I mean? Some people could come and be all they could be. You know what I mean? You let them know it wasn't all that, but I was I did the dab. But at any time, like, did you ever what you went to prison for? Like, you know what I mean?
Manslaughter, first degree.
Okay, so was that with the streets, and how was that? Like,
that was a part of the streets. That's just come from dibbling dabbling. But that wasn't even nothing serious. That wasn't nothing serious. That's like $200, like nothing. But that's how it be though.
That's right.
Nothing.
Right, and that's what we want to get to, right? Let's talk about when we make these poor choices, right? When we react instead of really thinking things through. Because usually when you're in the street and you out there, right, we usually just react, right? Person over the stupidest thing, and it's not until later when we're sitting down in the jail cell, right? And that judge done smack that gravel down, and you got to do X, Y, Z time that you think about it in retrospect and be like, yeah, I just really took Man, that was the most dumbest shit I just did. Like, what the, right? So take me back to that. Take the golden, right? Because we want to try to have people be more conscious of reacting, and because it's not just one life that was taken.
Yeah.
It was yours, and it impacted your family, their family,
His
and
kids.
friends, and like it's a ripple effect
Everybody.
that goes on, and we don't see that. We only see the moment, the action, the consequences, but we don't see how it affects the community in a whole.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, brother.
For me, the situation, for me, it was I was very angry. I didn't really care about the situation. I'm the same now as I was then, for the most part. I've always been cool. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I always been like, man, I don't care. But I was laughing. It happened, boom, son came back with what he came back with. I laughed, like, yo, man. I told my man, yo, forget about that. You know what I'm saying? About nothing. Seen him again. That's when, you know what I'm saying? They're talking. Because, you know, when you pass it, it builds up. The talking. So for me, it was anger. I did mine out of anger.
Kept feeding it.
Yeah, I was like super mad.
Right.
And they still ain't doing it on purpose. Still wasn't on purpose, but just anger. But you know, after that, I never sat back and thought that it was stupid for some. I never thought like that. Like, yo, damn, I did some dumb shit. It was just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because I just knew, like, he took me there. You know what I'm saying? It's still, I should have been there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I never really, when I was young like that, I never really thought like it was. I never had the thought that, yo, I did some dumb shit. It was just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? That was it.
So
But it was some dumb shit though.
So tell me what, did you get in an
If that
argument?
makes
Was it over some money? Was it over the girl? Was it over drugs?
A little bit of drugs.
A little bit of drugs?
Just a little bit.
Okay, so you reacted. Was it a fight? Did you just go grab a gun? Like,
Nah, I had a knife.
had a knife? Okay. Let me ask an extra question. Why don't you take me back to that time you committed your crime? And what was it for? How did that affect you?
What was it for? Like, I mean, it was for like this much amount. It was for nothing.
Right.
But effect at the time, I mean, it changed my whole life, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't even put it into words. You go from being one day you regular, you know what I'm saying, like you like 17 or whatever. The next day you done told your moms like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I killed somebody last night. I'm about to go out of town. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It changes everything. You feel me? Everything. You can't even like, you know, everybody looking at you. You ain't really looking at too many people, but they looking at you different though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people shy away, some people come closer. You feel me? You know, it is what it is. You know, you can also speak things into existence. I manifested that. I used to always say that I was gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Just being ignorant. I used to say, yo, I'm a one day, watch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I manifested that. Just how we manifest positive things now. The music has been manifested. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew it.
Right.
I knew that on some dumb shit, but I knew the music. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Like my man was like, yo, what if it don't work? Huh?
Right.
On the gate, well, I don't even understand that language.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we go from manifesting bullshit to manifesting, you know. Now we in this studio right here, a year out from jail. You feel me?
How old was you when you got locked?
17, going on 18. I turned myself in the day before my 18th birthday.
So you was just still young, impressionable, right? We was just all trying to fit in the street.
Yeah.
Things got a little out of control. How much time did they give you for that? Did you cop out or did you go to trial?
Copped out 15 flat.
15.
Trial, smoke, I'd have been smoke. I won't
Yeah.
be sitting here.
Okay. In those 15 years, where did you go? What was the first prison you went to? What was that experience like for you?
From the county to first the county. You gotta do the county first.
Mm-hmm.
The county first. That's where you would. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm from a calm area. You feel me? But you know, I know. You know what I'm saying? We are here, but the county first though, cause that's where you with the dogs, you with the goons. You know what I'm saying? Or the so-called goons, whatever. So that was cool. You know what I'm saying? We earned our stripes in the county. Had to first, cause don't nobody know you. You know what I'm saying? And then up north, Elmira reception.
Okay, so what's the difference from a county and the state prison, like, in terms of what
Blood.
you've seen,
The blood.
experience?
The
Yeah.
homies.
I mean, from what you've seen, what's the most gruesome, like, was it upstate, the most gruesome thing that you've seen?
The police,
Dudes get
man.
into the whole, you know what I'm saying?
The
county.
police, man. The county,
Yeah.
the police, the county. We, you know, that's our shit.
Yeah.
Up north, that's they shit.
Yeah.
And up north, you realize, man, niggas ain't what they talk about. That shit they talking about. Niggas ain't that tough. You niggas, y'all know who I'm talking about. Ain't that tough. All that tough Tony, they be breaking dudes up there.
Absolutely.
You
That's
see,
right.
like, you know what I'm saying? We come from where the, you know, not to be racist or not, we being real, like, where the white dudes is intimidated. They intimidated by you. They, we're different.
Make
You
walk that
intimidated.
straight line.
Now you intimidated, and ain't nobody gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Going up north, become a man. You go from dudes treating you, you don't become a man, but you get treated like a man. You go from dudes treating you, you know, you're amongst your age bracket. You go from being, you know, existing in that, beating on tables and having fun, to people really treating you like you 40.
Yeah, no question.
But you 18 with braces on.
Yeah, you learn to grow up real fast. Real fast.
No question. So like, cause me and you was in we was in Woodburn together.
Candyland.
Not
We
too
was
long
chilling.
ago. You know?
We was eating lobster and
No
oysters.
question. You already know. In the present system. You know how we do it. But yeah, you know, and that was an experience too, man. And I seen your growth too. That little time we was together, I seen you growing and developing into your music and everything. You know what I'm saying? Just you as a person. You know, so like tell me, like what inspired you? You know what I mean? You know, I know a lot of things inspired you before you came home, but you know, what motivates you, man? You know, upon that release, being released from prison. You know, if there's anything you could look to that really inspired you to going hard now. Cause I see you going extra hard now.
It was like feedback. I mean, the whole time it built from feedback. It built from people telling me like, yo, you nice, and that it came from that really, man. Just I always had it, but
tell you that.
yeah. So if you got times that by everybody you meet saying that to you, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's like, you know, you in the conversation line and your man like spit the song and the chick at the conversation like, you know what I'm saying? It come from gas, but real gas though. You know what I'm saying? So that and my mans that was already doing it, Sav. You know, seeing Sav come home and make bread, and me and him playing that and eat too. Like, yo, you gonna go home and do this, and he really did that. And you see, okay, we got the money. Alright, the account is set up. Hold up, parole to New York City, supposed to go to OKC. Dub that, I'm staying. You know what I'm saying? and going from there, being able to shoot our own videos. You know, it went from, you know, being nice to having the capabilities and the money to make it look like something, and then being able to get people to buy into it, and that's how we get here.
No question.
You know what I'm saying? To where you approach the situation with equity, not like, you feel me?
Yeah, and you manifested that, like you said, when you took that positive energy, like we talk about, you just keep it positive things gonna happen for you.
And the people, like, mad of us is doing what we said we gonna do.
That's right.
Like Bishop was talking that coolest nerves, he did that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You hear Mel talk about hit hard. Now he got hit, you know, hit hard, hit hard entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Dudes is doing that.
Yeah, just shout out to Sav, man.
Shout out to
Sav
Sav.
called me too, man.
Sav the dog.
Give my number, give it to Sav.
That's the man. Him and international.
Let me ask you, for being a young man, going in, like you said, braces 18, you're among fucking killers and rapists and like real goons, right? What was that time though like for you? Like, what was the worst shit that you seen that you up in there and you like, yo, what the
It's a lack of control, and people that, you know, the lack of control. It ain't really like the murderers and rapists, because once you get, like, it's just Tony and Johnny, you know what I'm saying? That you desensitized to all of that.
Right.
It's just the lack of control that you have over your circumstance. And then, like, if you ever get in a fight with them, you realize, like, damn, they could really kill me. And you know, these are people that they, you know, I grew up with a lot of them. It's still like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you not really me, you not us. And it's like, we losing to you, and you really start to realize loss. And then that's what I realized, like, you can lose. When you're young, you don't think you could lose. You don't think you get head tapped. You don't think you could go get in a car accident and die. You feel like, you know, you haven't experienced it yet. So that's what I realized, like, yo, I could lose. And you see people lose. Like good dudes with 60 years, appeal shot down. Official dudes that you really like. Damn all like gangsters, because I only really know like 2 gangsters.
Right.
And that's Mac and CD, and maybe Ice was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really know too many gangsters. And that's BS.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. Me personally realized loss and lack of control, and be like, damn, I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you ain't making no albums.
Yeah. How did you spend those 11? What you did? 12 years?
12 years.
12 months. How you spend that time in there?
Always staying with a goal. I wasn't always writing music. Wasn't writing music hard by until I had like 5 years in. I'm always been a rapper. I always been nice, but I wasn't writing like that.
Right.
But I always had a goal. Always had something to lose. That's how I spent it. I spent it with something to lose, walking on eggshells most of the time. Because I always had something I was trying to do.
Okay.
And when I look back now at it, when I got out, that's when I realized, like, that's what I was telling you the other night, that little club situation. I told you, I told you, dodging bullets, when you get to where you're going, at that night you might not be able to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But fuck the next night, the next year, you're going to sleep pretty. You understand what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't really want to be able to sleep if I would have did half the things I thought about doing and stayed for longer. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I spent it, walking on eggshells. If you ain't walking on, you ain't got nothing to lose. You ain't got shit.
So it sounds like you always had a head on your shoulder, like you was always conscious of some things, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes we get guilty about circumstances, then we just kind of react, you know. And I spent 22 and a half, you know, Eric spent 27 and 6 months and a half. And you hear about people always talking about in the gallery, on the cell block, in the yard, in the childhood, everybody talking about all these dreams, and I'm gonna be like Sean Puffy Combs, I'm gonna be like Master P, I'm gonna be like this, I'm gonna be like that, right? And they sit there, but they do nothing to take the steps to become those people. They don't take the steps to learn a trade that's gonna get them to get the financial freedom, but most importantly, that mental freedom, right? Of let me stay focused, I got some shit to lose. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm gonna do. I know how I'm gonna get there. I gotta articulate this. I got a plan, right? Let me stay on that plan so I can learn. So when I get out there, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Right? And a lot of people just talk to talk.
Yeah.
I rarely see a lot of people that actually come home that I met in prison or spent the yard with that say, yo, I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And like I reach out to some of them, or I see them like I'm on Facebook, and they still just doing the same old shit.
Yeah. I wouldn't even chill with that.
Right? So I want to applaud you.
Or that's all I would do.
Yeah, like I want to applaud you, right? Because not only did you realize that you made a mistake in your life, but you had a talent, and that you can take that talent and change the dynamics of what your life really had turned out to be.
Yeah.
Because you could have easily have said, you know what? I'm a killer now. I'm gonna do this 12 years, and I'm gonna go up in here since I already know what it's like. Right? I'm just gonna keep banging out.
That's the hard route. It's hard to do that. To be a gang, I don't know what these dudes be thinking.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
To do what you just said, do, to stay and do this. It's easier to just be like, but, you know, it's a mistake, but it's a mistake, yeah, because, you know, and we talk about this when we talk about Exodus and in the music, because, I talk that talk, you know what I'm saying? Because that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and Exodus ain't about that. But at the same time, I say it's probably what you said about a mistake. To make Julio Medina, right? He gotta do whatever he did. Right. He gotta be whoever he was. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the mistake is a mistake, but the mistake is it's the path. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the 7-fold, 8-fold, 7-fold path. You got different walks in the path. You gotta walk down that line. Everybody gotta walk that line, big or small, in order to get there. Because we wouldn't be here if not for Julio Medina being whatever he was. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what he was. Right. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? So it's like balance, more like, if that makes sense.
No, that definitely does. Like I said, I think that you have a great head on your shoulder, you know, to realize and create a path that you want to take, right? And partly to give back. Like, let's just say right now you drop an album, your album just go quadruple platinum. What you gonna do with all that success? What you gonna do with all that money and the fame that's gonna come right after that? What are your plans?
Plans? Man, I don't even know, man. Mess with the youth, man. pass it on.
That's what that. Can you repeat that? Cause that's what I want to hear. Cause that's what we're trying to get at, right?
Yeah.
This is what this podcast is about. This is what we're talking about, right? Now that's the positive shit that just came out your mouth. And I don't think they caught that. Did we catch that, right? You want to give back to the youth, right? A lot of people want to get rich, be successful, and do all these stuff and get all this money, right? And be selfish with it. To turn around and say, yo, we done destroyed our own community in one way or another, and I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna succeed. But you know what? I'm not gonna forget about those little kids that are still me when I was out there. All right, how can I change the guidance that they don't have, that I didn't have, so that way they don't go and follow the same path that I did?
I mean, it's that, and they also teach you. So like,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? So like, dudes be talking all this, whatever they want to talk about, whatever, and they just repeat the same generational gap. Like, yo, I don't like drill music, or I feel like this, and they just create the same generational gap. That's destroy drill music. What are you talking about?
Right.
What are you talking about? They doing the same thing Jim Jones and them did.
Yeah.
Beefing. What are you
Right.
talking about? You know what I'm saying? But so like but you can learn from the youth. I step in the studio with Slick. I'm older than Slick.
Right.
We could chill with the same people. They might not think I'm old. I'm so much older than him than I am. Because I'm not going to because you know what I'm saying. So like,
Cause you look young.
Yeah, maybe. But then once you talk, you can see. You know what I'm saying. But he might tell me, yo, it could be musically, yo, switch that beat. Yo, this beat is better. And he right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get these dudes that's not listening to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to gain from the
That's
youth.
the problem.
And they get
Keep
old.
that
Right.
gap.
Yeah,
Get
that's
old.
right.
Keep that generational gap.
Yeah, you keep that same, you know, and that's just, you know, so, yeah, to give, you know, but to also learn, just to kick it with them, you feel me? Family, you know what I'm saying? Pass it on, so it's cool.
That's what's up. All right.
Yeah, no, I appreciate, I applaud you too, man, because I seen that growth, like I said, man. I seen your genuineness too. I seen it. You was humble. You know what I mean? You've always been that humble brother that's always, you know, looking to be a go-getter. And you always had those goals. So we never talked, you know, we never got too deep like we doing now. But you know what I mean? I did see you had them goals in mind. You had something in mind. You had something to live for. A lot of people don't. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't have no direction. You had that direction, and it seems like you had that direction as a youth, man. You know, so I think that's a plus for you, man. And I think that's gonna take you to wherever you want to go in life. You know what I mean? Because you just shared with me about that positive. When a person that's deep to say something like that. So when you say something like, you know, if you're doing positive, those positive things are gonna come to you.
Yeah.
You on that right path.
You gonna pull it
You
in.
know
Remember
it,
me and
because
Pam, we used to make
anything we want to put, that's right.
And Pata Leo.
Yeah, me see how you're trying to take over my business, but
Yeah.
it was all good, yeah. You know what I mean? But no question. But you see what I'm saying? When you set your goals and you set your path, that positive path, nothing but success gonna happen for you. That's it. You know what I mean? So I wanna thank you for.
Thank
you. Know
you.
what I mean? Going out here doing what you're doing, man.
And thank you, because you're doing what you said you was going, you know what I mean?
No question. We talked
And now we
about this.
compounded, we added on.
I told you, right? I told you I was coming. I was gonna see you too. I said, we gonna see each other. Watch. You know what I mean? So, and look what happened. Like you said again, if it wasn't for Julio,
Exactly.
the Exodus, look where we came together under this umbrella. So it's all good, man. It's all good.
So
Okay, so we want to talk to.
yeah, I'm gonna have him introduce Slick 2 times real quick. I want to know how y'all linked up, how y'all met up, and how y'all. It seems like y'all have a great connection. Alright, just with the age gap and everything, and the music, and like you just being so constant, like just taking him kind of on the wing and just vibing and respecting him for his talent and what he brings to the table, which is amazing. I think that we all need some type of guidance, whether it's from older or younger, right? Each one teach.
You guided me too, though.
Yeah, that's why I say
Wing,
each
wing.
one teach one, right? Of course, you know what I mean. So tell me about that. Introduce Slick 2 times. I love that name, Slick 2 times. Not one time, but 2 times.
Yeah.
What's up, Slick?
I mean, yeah, I met Slick here. I met Slick when we was at the smaller building. Shout out to Daniel Harris, by the way, Hennessy Biggs, for bringing me to Exodus, first of all.
Okay,
But Yeah, I met Slick. I think Biggs was telling me you was nice too. He always usually around that time point out who dope. He got the air, you know what I'm saying? And it just that's it. I respect his opinion on music because he usually right.
Right.
Like seriously, like could
That's
like
powerful.
produce. Yeah, I listen to him. I don't listen to a lot of people.
Right.
You feel me? So
That-
it's the man right here for
Yeah.
real. He nice.
Slick, 2 times up in New York, from Florida,
Yeah.
Broward County, huh? And listen, I live in Florida now, and I know how bad Broward County is.
Crucial out
Yo.
there.
So welcome to NYC. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Slick, 2 times.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna touch a little bit more on the basis, you know, on how I met Eastwood. You feel me? Because I feel like, you know, I value that a lot. You get what I'm saying? Because not a lot of people do what, you know, Eastwood did, and not a lot of people could do what we did. You feel me?
Right.
You know, I kind of, you know, I met him. You know, not Eastwood, Biggs. NEC Biggs was always talking to me about Eastwood, how we should do a song. He loved our vibes. So I met Eastwood one time. Went to the studio to cook up, and then I was cooking up, but it was something that was off for me. I didn't feel good. Like, the whole day it was off, and he was just like, yo, like, let it hang, bro. Like,
Yeah.
do you. Like, open up, let it, like, be yourself, get aggressive, do what you gotta do. Went in there, recorded some shit. You know, now people might know that shit as fame. You feel me? But, yeah, like, that's a hit song right now for me. I love that song. Everybody that hears it loves that song. But, you know, I feel like that's a good experience. That's
Listen, I love music. Music is my therapy for everything. Whenever I'm having a bad day, and last time I think we was up here, was it last month or the month before that? For the first time I met you,
before that, yeah,
we was up in here recording, and I just heard that music coming from the studio over there, and they just attracted me. I was just like, yo, who's up in there? Like, what's going on? And your whole vibe, your whole demeanor, like you was just like, just chill with it. Like, you're so, you know what I mean? Like, you're so real with it. And like, yo, thank you, you know what I mean? Just show love, and I respect that. You know what I mean? For a young brother, when I see young brothers, man, or sisters, trying to come out of where they come from for different and better paths, because sometimes, man, it's just easier to stay stuck where we at, right? And stay stuck with that population that want to try to keep you down, right? They tell you you're the best and you're greatest, but don't want to push you to go ahead and go do what you got to go do and lead that path, right? They want to keep you the best and the greatest here in the hood.
Yeah, so at the same time, like, I want you to talk to us about your past, man. Like, where you grew up at, man. Who's Slick? 2 times.
Man, Slick 2 times, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I done been through some shit. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, but, you know, I'm a strong-minded person. You know what I'm saying? I always fight, especially when I got my mind on something. I don't think nothing can stop me from it. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I come from Broward County, Florida. There's a lot going on over there. You know, the minimum wage out there is like $7.50. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wasn't really making money. Mom working. You know, I had both parents, one parent, both parents, one parent. It was on and off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got into the streets at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Trying to help my moms out and shit.
You graduated?
Nah, I dropped out.
Okay, you ever go back?
Nah.
How old are
You
you?
thought about it?
Nah.
Okay.
I just feel like school's not for me. It's teaching me stuff that it's like, to me, personally, I feel like every year you learn the same thing with just one advance.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like the same thing you learned last year, just one more thing.
You're in the school of hard knocks now, just living. No?
Yeah, I feel like the best school is the school of life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you learn, this is what people need to know. You know what I'm saying? They're not teaching you how to, when you go out, how to avoid situations or how to, you feel me, get yourself out of situations of self-defense. I feel like school should have like a self-defense class or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like school is just not for me.
Yeah. I think you're in school now when you with Exodus Productions.
It's school for me.
Right there.
Like you were saying, you mentor your man. Remember we was talking in the car over here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dudes ain't in the experience in this.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
So
I also.
you ever fell victim to the streets, like, you know, selling drugs, or?
Yeah, I used to do a little here and there. You know, for a good cause but bad cause at the same time, because nobody should be selling drugs or doing none of that. But the house had to get paid. My sisters and stuff had to eat. You know what I'm saying? It is.
No question.
How old are you, my brother?
I'm 21.
21. Ooh, remember when you was 21? When I was 21, you could, I couldn't, I couldn't even, and I say this right, when I was 21, I couldn't articulate nothing positive. I couldn't articulate any goals or aspirations or dreams that I wanted to have because my mind was still so stuck in being the streets.
Mhm.
Until I just smacked that gravel down, I had to go do that 10. Right? Then I had to grow up. You know, and I know that coming from where you come from in Broward County in Florida ain't easy thing. I know that because I live right up the street. I live in West Palm Beach. And I'll be honest, ain't not too many places. I done been in so many states. I done traveled to different places. But Broward County is one county I just try to stay away from.
Exactly, man. I remember on my block, bro, like where I used to live, bro. If you ain't find a dead body, you find somebody beat the shit out of on the corner every morning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's somebody getting shot at, or you see a car crash with bullet holes. It was always something.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's tough out there.
It really is. You know what I'm saying?
You
Life-
did some time?
Yeah, I did a little bit of time.
Talk to us about that.
You know, it was some shit that happened in 2019 on my birthday. You know, my cousin, you know, he did some shit with a car.
Talk about it, brother.
You know,
It's okay.
it wasn't my car. He stole it. I thought it was his. I was driving, no DLs.
Okay.
You know, and got into a high speed chase. It was mad stuff.
Yeah. That's
You know.
the youth.
Yeah.
Did you
So
already-
you took it there, though.
Yeah, did you have you ever been in a state prison in Florida?
Nah, not really. I've been,
Broward County Jail?
nah, Naples jail. I went to
Naples
Naples.
jail.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was in Broward, but I was on a mission to Naples to do
Okay,
something.
the West Coast. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, well, goodness, because I can tell you right now, Florida State Prison is the absolute
Yeah,
worst.
I don't. Yeah.
I
I
wouldn't
got
wish that
uncles
on
in
my
there.
own enemy, right? So, you know, it's good to see that you're following your dreams and you're doing something and you kind of say, you know what? Because a lot of people at that age is really scared to get out their neighborhood to go travel and take a chance on the risk and following your dreams. You know what I'm saying? So like I applaud you for that, and I wish more young men and women become more conscious and woke into following their dreams and not the streets. Right? That's where you got to separate the leaders from the followers. How do we become who we want to become without staying stuck where we at?
That's a fact, and I feel like the best way to become who you want to become without being stuck is to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Not in the aspect is like be rowdy and all that stuff, but if you got something you put in your head, do it. Don't just be like, okay, I'm thinking about doing this in this time, or I'm thinking about doing this and this. Do it.
Right.
Because why not do it now, and then if it doesn't work out, then either you try again or you find another way. But if you sit here and wait, nothing's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
I
absolutely.
feel.
So are you still in touch with like any of your family members down there? What do they think about Slick 2 Times now being up in New York doing what you're doing?
My moms, my sister, my pops. It's crazy because my moms and my pops, they come from the islands, so you know they got this accent. You know the way they view music is way different from how I am. So it's like I'll be like, yo, Dad, I just dropped a new song. Listen to it. He'll listen to it. Be like, yo, why you cussing so much? Or yo, with this part, you know what I'm saying? They really, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it's fire. Like my mom loves it. You know, my sister jacks it crazy. Like she knows my lyrics better than me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I love that. They all very supportive.
Yeah, you know, I got you on my SoundCloud. I'll be bumping you 2 down there in my car.
Yeah, for sure.
People be looking at me like, what the? I'm
Yeah,
like,
where'd it come from?
Yeah. You know what I mean? But I represent. Like, told you that I put you on my Instagram and all that, right?
I appreciate
That's your-
that.
Nah, I appreciate you. Like I said, man, we all about, man, promoting positivityness, right? And motivating and inspiring our young brothers and sisters.
That's a fact.
Right? And you inspired me, to be honest with you. Same as with you, Eastwood. Everyone that come up in here, believe it or not, that I would talk to, inspires me just that much more to make me believe that what I'm doing is the right thing to be doing. Right? No matter what. Right? When I got bad days and horrible days, and I start saying to myself, man, what the fuck's the point? Right? Trying to run all these businesses, trying to be a fucking husband, being a father, being a grandfather, being this and that. Sometimes it's like easy. Like sometimes I just want to say, man, it's too much. But when I start talking to brothers and sisters and I hear about their struggles and where they came from and how they keep pushing forward, I say, man, I got Cadillac problems.
That's right.
Good problem.
I got good problems. You know what I'm saying? I just have bad moments.
Shout out to the Cadillacs.
I knew you were going to say that.
2020 XT5 Premium Luxury.
You know about some Cadillac problems, you heard? Me, Ferrari problem. That's
But it's putting things in perspective. It's putting things in perspective on where we come from and where we at when we have a situation, right? We forget about the little simplest thing, about growing up and coming outside your house and walking down to the corner store and stepping over a dead body and not caring about that because you still want to go get your freaking candy or your little snack or whatever it is, right? Or it's easier to go and do all this stuff and forget all about that. It's like or being in prison and being locked up and having these, everything else is just a plus. That's a bad moment. How do I get past this moment? When you sit back and you reflect and you go, you know what? I don't want to have to go back to going stepping over dead bodies. I don't want to ever have to go back to getting into an altercation and reacting without really thinking it through, right? And maybe there was 10 different other ways I could have handled that situation where I didn't have to go spend 12 years in prison. You know what I mean? Who knows those 12 years in prison right now? I could have been, CEO of my own label and had 20 rappers under my, right? But it's not to stay stuck on there. It's just to continue to keep moving forward. And that's what we do. We just keep pushing forward no matter what. If we can change one person's life, if we can change something about what we say to someone that's going to hear it and have them for 1 second just be like, oh shit, I just understood what the hell that meant.
Touch somebody.
Right? Touching somebody. Following your dream, no matter what it is. I tell my kids all the time, listen, no matter what you do, be the best at what it is that you do. If you like to wash cars and detail cars, be the best car washer and detail that you have. If you want to be rapping and singing, be the best at what it is that you do for you. Can't worry about the outside masses and how they're going to view you, like you, love you, accept you, or embrace you. When you do things for yourself, it's going to come.
At the end of the day, when you was born, you came out by yourself, and when you perish, you feel me? You in that casket alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause they haven't made a double wide casket yet.
Exactly, and it's even when you go through your issues, you go through them by yourself.
Yeah.
Because certain things people don't realize, like, even though like now we talking, there's certain things you'll talk to people about. There's certain things you'll hold on to yourself. You feel me? Everybody does that. So it's like you still battle your own battles sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad that you mentioned that because it definitely goes into real quick having someone that you feel confident and that you feel that you can talk to. Like I know that if I'm going through something, I know I can pick up the phone if it's 2 a.m. I can call my brother Eric and be like, yeah, Eric, yo, and he's gonna tell me, yo, really, like, let's talk about it. And I can feel that sense of security. I can feel that I have somebody holding that shit inside. Sometimes destroys us more than anything.
That's a fact.
So I just want to thank you two brothers, for coming out, man, here. And just being a part of the show, man. We want to wish y'all nothing but much success, much love.
And we look forward to working with y'all in the future, too.
Nah, likewise, for sure. I already love that energy.
Success After Lockdown documentary coming out, as well as our reality series, man. So we, coming to a theater near you. So we definitely going to get at y'all, man.
Yeah, and don't forget when you're out there selling out those big football stadiums and all that, and you see me all the way in the, like, the $100 seats all the way in the back stadium.
Pull us
and
up.
You see
know
somebody
what I mean?
like really doing like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you see people that tapping each other's shoulders and be like, yo, pass the message. Hey, all the guys back, that's Anthony in the background, and you can be like, big shout out to my boy Anthony in the back, all the way in the back there. The little blip, you know what I mean?
We'll put you on the screen real quick.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because much success on what y'all doing, man.
That's a fact. Likewise, man. Y'all doing good too, man. I love what y'all doing.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Y'all got anything you want to say? You want to plug in your music real quick to the audience? Let them know where they can find y'all, where they can link up with you at, your music.
Yo, man, as far as y'all could just type in the name on any platform, it's gonna pop up. We got the single Disrespect out right now featuring Kez and DJ Miracle. Shout out to Chris Craze, you know, shout out to Champ, you know, and just type it in.
Well, I just started, you know, in the whole music stuff, but I do got music on SoundCloud
You do?
at Slick 2 times, and you know, on Instagram if y'all want to keep up with me and stuff like that. It's underscore Slick 2 time ITS underscore SLICK 2X.
Yeah.
And that's Eastwood Slim underscore Pop Cult POPCULT. Because the gram is where it's at for real.
Yeah, shout out Julio Medina, shout out Chris Crazy.
Big shout out Julio Medina.
Shout out Exodus Productions, you know, all of that.
Yeah, man. Eric, you got anything?
No, peace, man. I love this.
So we just want to
Love
shout
this,
out
man.
everyone that's out there that's tuned in, man, that's following us, that's liking us, subscribing to our page on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcast. Please subscribe.
Instagram,
Instagram.
TikTok,
Yeah.
Facebook, we on it all, man.
You know what I mean? Please drop a comment on what y'all think about the show. It's all about positive. You can also email us at successafterlockdown@gmail.com. And with that being said, man, everybody out there, stay up, stay positive, stay focused, man. Make sure you give back, man. With that, peace out.